Michael heard noise outside, and he looked out the window and saw Jason taking in the trash cans, and that was the last time that anybody ever saw him. I remember feeling a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach that there was just something not quite right here.
Well, a young man was last seen outside of his own home, and that was nearly 4 years ago. Take a look at this.
Jason is my firstborn son. He was 19 when he disappeared from our home on June 13th, 2001. Jason disappeared on a Wednesday at about 10 o'clock in the morning. It was a summer day, June 13th. It was just a typical day. One of his jobs was to take the cans out and to bring them back in after they'd been emptied. And Michael heard noise outside, and he looked out the window and saw Jason taking in the trash cans, and that was the last time that anybody ever saw him. I remember feeling a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach that there was just something not quite right here. And Jason would not just no-show and not call someone to tell them he wasn't coming. That was not like him at all. He's very, very responsible. As the skies dimmed and it became dark, we became even more concerned. We called the Omaha police in the morning, and they came over and took a report. And the police officer said, he probably spent the night at a friend's house and he'll show up any time now. Well, it's been over 3 years and he still hasn't shown up. This has been like a nightmare that you do not wake up from. And every night when you go to bed, you wonder, where is he? Is he safe? Is he warm? We still always have hope, and I'll always have hope until I know what has become of him.
Please welcome Kelly and her husband Jim to the show. Welcome. So tell us about your son. Tell us a little bit about your son.
Jason is a very loving and generous person who loves to laugh and loves life, loves his family very much, enjoyed being a homebody, and that was okay.
On this day, he had gotten called, well, I guess the night before, that morning, by the place that he worked, asking if he could shift his shifts, correct? And they wanted him to come in earlier.
Right.
So he had gotten up, I guess, in the morning to go out and do what would have been his normal chores, take the garbage out and bring it in. He was bringing the cans back to the house.
That was last time he was seen taking them in as he was getting ready to go to the earlier shift that they had called him to do.
Now, he was supposed to go, was he supposed to walk and meet these people at the school that were going to drive him to his job, or were they going to come pick him up? Or do you know?
Yes, they arranged to meet him at a local high school, which is about 7 blocks from our home, just simply because the girl that was coming to pick him up knew where that was, versus trying to tell her how to get to our house.
Right, so he was going to walk over 7 blocks to this high school.
Right.
To pick up. So obviously he pulled the trash cans back in, and your other son saw him, right?
Right.
So he had on his uniform to go to work.
That's exactly right.
So he takes off walking, and I guess the people who come to pick him up, he never met them.
That's right.
So somewhere between your house and 7 blocks away, your son went missing.
Also, 2 neighbors saw him before he left.
But where did the neighbors see him at?
Bring the cans back in.
By the house?
Right.
When was the last time you spent any time with him?
The last time was like the night before. Family was all together. We all had family time. We all sit around, watch TV, and joke around, and he was easy to laugh real easy. We always had this little game where we see who could make each other laugh first, and he'd always be the first to laugh.
Well, now, so after he doesn't show up at the high school, did they then call you and say, hey, where's Jason? He's supposed to be in here.
Well, we were both at work, but they called the house, and of course our younger son Michael was there and said, well, he left. And so that was, of course, all that Michael could tell them.
And then obviously, when did they reach out to you and tell you your son was missing?
Didn't they call you first?
Yeah.
Or you came home before me?
I got home around 3 o'clock, and they said he still wasn't there. So again, you really start worrying. Thought maybe he took off, just walking, because he would like to walk quite a bit. So we thought maybe he'd show up a little bit later. And Michael our other son had a baseball game. We went to that, and after that, he still wasn't around. So we really got worried. And you can't really do a police report or anything for 24 hours. So there's all that waiting time to call all his friends and neighbors and everything and try to, but no one had seen him.
It's been 3.5 years, almost 4 years. What do you think happened?
I don't know. But that's why we need everyone's help. Take a look at his picture. Someone's seen something, someone knows something, please call the authorities and help alleviate our pain. It's not only our pain, it's our family, it's our co-workers, it's everyone. Please help us.
And that's a fact. I've been saying this entire show. When a person comes up missing, there may be somebody out there right now that was driving down the street and they don't even realize that they saw what it is they saw. They've been thinking about this the last 4 years, going, what if I saw that boy getting in that car? No, he wouldn't get it. Now they may be looking at the show and going, that was the boy I saw. So pick up the phone and make a call. See if you can ease the pain in this family. I'm going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.